Hello world, it's Dr. Donovan Cross.
Gonna get set up. We're going into the matrix. We're going deep into the astral plane. Tonight we're talking about soulmates. If you believe in soulmates, you have to believe in reincarnation. When you die, you're going to spend a little time in maybe like a purgatory or a place where you just wait until you enter the next life. So you die in this life and then you are born again into another child, you know, and the bright light you see when you're dying is really just a birth canal. And you're going right out. No, it doesn't happen that fast. When you die, the bright light though is you're being conceived. You're going into the next life. And so the idea of the soulmate is so that it's a romantic notion that you find the lover that you were with in the previous life, and maybe in the life before that, and then before that one, and before that one, and so on and so forth. And so, you know, 10 lives ago you were with this person, and then you were with them 9 lives ago, and 8 lives ago, and 7 and 6, and back on until you're with this in this life, and in every life you've had this same lover. And when you find that soulmate, or maybe you were only with them 5 lives ago, and then for the last 4 lives you were with somebody else, and you had just terrible relationships. And maybe in this life you had a terrible relationship, but right after that terrible relationship you meet your soulmate, and you know it's the one without a doubt. This is the one. Like, this person is the person you meet with all the time. You know, and it just, everything clicks. You know, you finish each other's sentences. You're always in the same zone. So you got this romantic idea of a soulmate, and this is the same person you meet over and over again. But, you know, what if we don't just have one soulmate, but we have many soulmates? And you're like, okay, wait, but that totally ruins the romantic. You're just having multiple soulmates, you know, of having one soulmate, you know, if you have multiple soulmates. But no, you have one soulmate who might be your lover, and they might be the same person over and over again. But you also have another soulmate who's your friend. So you have the lover soulmate, the friend soulmate, and you've had the same friend as a soulmate. You've been friends for the last 10 lifetimes, and you've had that exact same friend. So you're like spiritual friends, and you're on the same journey. And every time you're born, that other friend is born into another body that's somewhere nearby, or maybe they're not nearby, but somehow you end up becoming friends again. And you were friends before, you know, and so now you've got a lover that you've been soulmates with, and you also have friends that you've been soulmates with. And you have a dog. So like, this dog was your dog in a previous life. And so you and your dog are soulmates. And maybe in the previous life you were the owner, and the dog was the owner, and you were the dog. So now you're the dog's, you know, soulmate, stuff like that. Or maybe you were both dogs, but you're owned by the same owner. And then, you know, in another life, then you have soul enemies. So you had the same exact enemy for the past 10 lifetimes. And so that enemy is always here to teach you something, you know, to help you learn to not judge this particular life. And if you don't learn it, that enemy is going to be there in the next life to then again teach you that same lesson. So not only do you have soul mates, but you have soul enemies and soul friends and soul pets. And you know, if you found the right dog, that dog is your soul pet. But if you have some dog that you just don't get along with, maybe that dog was your enemy in a past life, and you know, it's in this life it's your dog, but you know, 10 lives ago it was your enemy. And so this is a more likely the way that soulmates work, because it's romantic to think that you have one soulmate, but you probably have hundreds of soulmates in different forms, as friends, as lovers. And then you know, also think about it, you know, in this life, you might be the male and your soulmate might be the female, but in the past life, the roles were reversed. Or maybe you were both females and, you know, or you were both males and you were homosexuals and you were soulmates. But in this life, you get to be the male and she gets to be the female, and now you're lovers in the two different genders. It could change all the time. So you have to broaden your horizons when it comes to soulmates and think about all the possibilities. And just keep an open mind about it.